Today I'm meeting a serving person, a young woman who is going to tell me all about today's army compared to my army, which was, I believe, very different. And we'll just have a chat about the differences that have happened. Hopefully she'll understand that we did a lot to make life easier for her, and people before me did the same with the ATS. And we'll just see how that goes. I'm looking forward to finding out about today's women in the forces.
Hello.
Hi.
Hiya, Charlotte Robertson.
I'm Babs.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And you?
Thanks for coming to meet me today.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a nice day, the weather's holding.
Yes. Lovely Birmingham.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I guess we should start. What were your motivations for joining the army?
I think I always wanted to be in the armed forces. I wanted to be in uniform for some reason. I have no idea really. My dad was in the Second World War. He was Royal Signals, and he went across North Africa right the way up Italy and into Austria. And then when he got home, he threw his medals in the middle drawer in the sideboard, and I was fascinated by them. I always have been fascinated with medals, and I used to try to get him to talk about it, and it grabbed me, and I thought, I want to do that. How was it for you?
So not too dissimilar actually. So I was at university and I was studying criminology. So for all intents and purposes, I was joining the police after university.
Yeah.
I kind of always knew that I wanted to be in a uniformed service in some way, and I know I wanted it to be sort of not office-based really, and something a bit more active. And it was one of the guys who was on my course had recently passed the Army Officer Selection Board for Sandhurst, and he was telling me about the Royal Military Academy.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what that was, but he described it to me as, oh, it's where Prince Harry and Prince William went and did their military training. And I was like, okay, now you've got my attention. And he showed me a couple of videos about it, and I think that's when it kind of clicked that this is probably something that I could do.
Brilliant. Yeah. I missed about too much at school. I had a great time at school. I loved school, but I was just being the class clown.
Yeah.
I didn't work hard enough. I ended up with English and maths, and that was it, really.
Yeah.
So it just meant that then when I joined up, I didn't have to do the, those lessons you had to have to bring up your education. I didn't need to do that because I'd got them. So I was exempt, which was brilliant. Did map reading.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I don't get lost.
Well, do you know, I actually used to think when I was growing up that when I was at school, I thought, oh, if I failed school, I would just join the army because it was always an option. But actually now, like for people joining, there's so many more educational opportunities.
Yeah.
Like if I look at my soldiers who are joining up now, most of them already have degrees. And they come and do like really technical apprenticeships.
Yeah.
So there's loads of opportunities available for them right now.
And all of those for the women now, which we didn't have. There was a very short list of things that you could really do. Lots of girls went in the signals.
Yeah.
And I was a pay clerk, so very important person in our unit. Well, at first
Still important. Still important.
First of all, I did my training at Worthy Down, and then went to Brighton, RPO Brighton, which was incredible, really incredible. And I was there during the Mods and Rockers fighting on the beach and stuff like that. That was as near as I got to a nasty dog, really. I was never lucky enough to be posted anywhere where there was well, let's call it a bit of nastiness going on. I didn't get that opportunity, but it was lovely being the pay clerk for 150 women and being important. And I think that was the first time in my life I'd ever been important. When you know what I mean?
Well, yes and no, because I can understand that feeling, but I think now I almost maybe take it for granted that inclusion of going on a tour, that inclusion of being posted to all the weird and wonderful places is almost just a given now. There are some nuances to postings to where women can go still, and that's more to sort of more sensitive countries where gender is still used as sort of a bit of a power tool. So there are still some sensitivities, but not in my career.
No.
If there's ever been a sort of deployment, well, and maybe we just do take it for granted. It's probably just all the hard work, like all the hard work that you, your colleagues, the women before me, have done to be able to provide the opportunities that I have today.
I never did a BFT. Never. Didn't need to. It was not part of the thing for us girls then. But we still would go out and do sport and stuff like that. It was great for sport.
It still is. It still is. Genuinely. So I've played Army volleyball. I've played Royal Signals netball. But if I think about some of the things that are currently happening, our Royal Signals rugby league teams, both men and women, are going to Australia.
Stop it.
Right. The Army volleyball team are planning a tour to Fiji in December. Wild.
No. Do you know how excited I was? I played hockey, played for the Army, but our unit in Bicester, we got involved in the sort of a knockout cup, and just within the WRAC, and we were so excited because we were going up to Catterick. Catterick. And you're on about Fiji.
It's unfair.
Not fair.
So looking back, what do you think was your sort of biggest accolade, or the thing that you're most proud of?
I think it was what my service did to me. I'm proud of the fact that it gave me the opportunity to learn from other women and to gain a sort of I think I always had a bit of common sense, although I didn't show it. But when I was at Bicester particularly, people would come to me for advice, and I found that I was actually able to do it, and I loved that about it, and I hope that, and now as I'm in the WRAC Association, and I've kind of done things, and I've gained a bit of status within the association, and I hope that people still feel they can come to me. So that's the thing that I have gained from it, and I think people appreciate that.
Totally.
So what's your greatest achievement then so far?
I think my greatest achievement is probably something that would have never been an achievement if I existed during your time in the Army. So it's being able to be married to another service personnel. So we're now what the Army would call a serving couple. So that would have never have been allowed. I had my daughter. She's nearly 2, and I was able to come back to the organisation and breastfeed as well, which again is
unbelievable.
And the organisation supported that as well, and provided breastfeeding rooms, and made allowances for all that to be possible. So that's definitely my biggest achievement.
We when I joined, when I was in Bicester, I said I'd married, and we were able to stay together for just that few months. But there was never any chance, never a chance we were going to be posted together, because it seemed that at the time it was deliberate that you would be posted apart, so that it would be so awkward you had to leave. Today you'd call that constructive dismissal. But it was very awkward.
Gosh. But I can't imagine that. Really can't, genuinely. In fact, our career managers now have processes in place to try and make it more likely that you will be posted together.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Progress, love it.
The WRAC,
Yeah.
tell me more about it. I feel like I don't know enough. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to know more.
You do need to know more. The Women's Royal Army Corps Association, we're an organisation. We're the only all-female charity. One of the most important parts of our association is the camaraderie, esprit de corps.
Uh-huh.
We look after ourselves, we look after each other, we have a darn good time. We never stop laughing. It's a little bit like being in the naffy.
Yeah.
So as soon as you walk in, everybody knows you. Of course they do. Or if they didn't, they will within a minute.
Yeah.
And you just get drawn in and we just laugh.
It sounds like you've taken all the best bits from the army
Absolutely.
and made it into a
Spot
better
on.
club. Yeah.
It's like a club.
Yeah.
You know, the association is like a club. In March we had our grand reunion, which happens every 3 years, and people come from all over the world. Actually, people come from America and sort of France and Spain, and from all over the place come back together.
I love that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So you must get like quite a family feel about it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I choose to stay in the army,
Yeah.
as I love that familyhood
Yes.
feeling that you get.
Yes.
So it's nice to know something like that exists.
Oh, it does. And what we keep on trying to tell people is come back to us. You know, not just women who served in the WRAC, and we still have quite a few ATS ladies. But you know, women who are serving now can come back to our association.
Yeah, nice.
Welcome.
Sign me up.
You're on.